So I'm actually working on trying to refactor this page. As you can see here, I have 108 errors in this code, and this has been going for a while. But one of the annoying things, as I mentioned before in one of my previous episode or statement or video, is that this just keeps happening over and over. Would you like to proceed? So I'm going to say yes. Fix them all. Exclamation. Okay, send it in. And you'll see it'll try again. Now it's starting to get more context again. And this is the problem that I'm having, where it starts out really well by getting all the files. See here, 25 references, 12 files. And then fast forward, run into some build errors because it's still testing, fix a couple more, and then it stops. And then what it tries to do is tries to get more context again. Now I'm trying to get this working on real production code. Like, I don't want to test this in some lab environment somewhere. I'm trying to fix real production code to get real value. And I want to see how well this thing actually works. So now, let's be clear, I'm not totally crazy. I'm going to separate branch and I'm trying to make this work all together. But all the videos that I've been seeing online are demo code base, and I want to know what it's like to throw this thing at 200,000 lines of code and see how it handles it. And I could say without a doubt that, at least from when I started using this Copilot feature, it was okay, but here it just keeps. So this is a classic example. Now I got an error here. And let me guess, we're in timeout mode again. So come down all the way to the bottom. Error card invoke model max token prompt exceeded. Yeah. So I keep hitting this all the time. This is on 4.1. So I'm going to now switch over to Claude. My thing is, if you're going to let me run this and you want me to run this against production, fix. So again, we got to go back again, find more references. Now, my understanding was that there was a local LLM model that kind of would help to get context. I'm still in the same context window, but if you notice, I can't scroll up all the way. So there seems to be like a really short context window with Visual Studio grown up, or maybe that might have been the start of the entire thing. I'm not certain. It may have been. In either case, here, so we got an error. Examine this file. It's going to try to find this one. Found 6 references. And let's see if it actually is able to continue. But the experience overall, what I'll say is that it is promising. The problem is that it just limits you. It just limits you. And yeah, if you're doing like an entry level sort of test project, this will help you to write some extra code. But that's not what I'm doing. I'm trying to refactor major parts of the application. It's a really large application. I'm trying to push the boundaries of the tool. And so far, what I'm seeing is that you get stuff like this all the time, max token limit, blah, blah, blah. And I'm on GitHub, and I'm pretty certain I'm on the pro version. How do I find that? Manage GitHub subscription. Yeah, so GitHub Pro. And to my knowledge, there's no way for me to enable like more credits, to my knowledge. If anybody knows how to do that, leave a comment. More features. No, that's just... So that's the problem that I've been running into. And it's annoying. Oops. Don't want to share that. Yeah. 109 errors, reading. See here, it's done again. It stopped. I gotta say continue. I'm putting it in caps now because I'm mad. Starts over again, one file reference. So it seems like every time you send it to context, it starts back from scratch, reading the files, analyzing, doesn't take the previous context and then go, it just restarts. And that, I think, is also contributing to the fact that it's just chewing up the credits. Now I'm up to 109 errors. So that's been my experience so far. Hopefully it helps you. There's some good things about it, but there's still some ways to go. I'm going to keep using it. I'm going to keep pushing it. So feel free to subscribe to this channel. And if you're interested in just following my experience of working on a real production application, not like a test trial application, like this is real code that I'm trying to get working. It has some DI problems and I'm trying to get that sorted out. So see, the problem is I might get one file working and then it pauses for a bit. Maybe I'll get 2 or 3 files. This might come down by 1 error. So the real question, is it worth it? Okay, so now I'm down to, well, back to 108 again. And the errors just keep coming. So we'll see. Anybody that's been in this position here knows that this is just a terrible place to be. So here, see, after analyzing the build errors, being able to fix, has been fixed, right? So it fixed that one, and then it'll try to gain more context again. And then you'll see in a bit, it'll pause, it'll stop. I might get through one, right? So it keeps here. Do you want me to run this command in terminal? Sure. Always. Okay. Execute it. So we got an error with the command. Right. Now, what I find interesting with Claude is I see Claude will try to run tools to figure things out more than OpenAI. So this I find interesting. I also noticed that if I use VS Code with the same project, it will try to run more local tools to try and figure things out. Whereas on 4.1, like, it seems to try to just collect all the context and try to solve that problem online. And if you think this is a smarter way to do things, this is slower. Like, Claude is much slower for sure, but it certainly is trying to make an honest effort to try and solve some problems locally, because not every single thing needs to go to the LLM. So anyway, just thought to share that.